Hey nerd, is that a Warhammer army? Think it's safe in there? Open it up and check. Perhaps you should have got one of these.
Hi Mia Culpa family, Dan Culpa here from Mia Culpa Hobbies, back in the kitchen, living room, studio office. Today I wanted to show you how I transport my minis. Now, like a lot of us, I've struggled with the best way to transport my minis to games and keep them safe at the same time. I've tried foam boxes, I've tried making my own, and I've tried other magnetic cases, but this is by far my favourite one I've found so far. This is from a company called Army Case, or A Case. They seem to go by both online. I think they're a company that runs out of Poland. And this is their Victory 2.0 version. I did have one of their earlier cases, the Victory Case Plus, that I wasn't such a big fan of, but I've got to say this is the best case and the best solution I've found to keeping my minis safe while bringing them to games. The best improvement I've found on this one over the earlier models is this pocket here. If I rip it open, I can fit in the rule books from 40k, I can fit in a codex, I can fit in a dice bag, and I can fit in a tape measure. And it velcros closed for a nice strong hold. It's got a nice carrying case with a shoulder pad, and that is quite important actually because this is not a light case. That's one of the downsides, and hopefully proof that I'm not getting paid for this promotion. This is a very heavy case. I'll weigh it and show you. It has this slightly odd Velcro patch around the top and back that supposedly you could put patches on if you wanted to. I don't have any embroidered patches, and I'm not sure if I would put them on there even if I did have them. It used to come in a variety of colours, purples, yellows, blues, greens, seemingly everything possible. I'm not sure if that's still the case or if that was just on the Kickstarter campaign, but I've got to say I think black's best as it goes with all of your armies. But I'm sure what you're most interested in is what's behind this zip. So I've put some Thousand Suns and Chaos Demons in here just because they were closest to hand. Each one of the trays is held in with a couple of pins here that very easily just slide out. The case is supplied with elastic bands to keep these in place so you don't lose them. I don't bother using them, maybe you will. But if I slide out these trays, you can see they hold quite a lot of figures and minis. I know I've transported a 1,500 point army with these before quite easily. And they're quite sturdy, they're quite firmly in place there. And I've even, on this top shelf up here, put some minis in upside down to maximise on space. So if you're intelligent about how you plan out where everything is going to go, you're going to be able to fit quite a lot in here. Another improvement on the earlier models and some other cases I have to say is the metal is really quite sturdy, and it's been powder coated with a lovely black finish that's really resilient. You're not going to lose anything. If I just scroll across here, or scan across rather, you'll be able to see I fit quite a lot of stuff in here, even a tank. I've magnetised it on the bottom, and that's an important thing to say. All of these models I've had to buy magnets for, but they weren't expensive, and it was a fairly easy job to just stick a magnet on the bottom of all these. You saw that one there. I've put an extra bit of filler around some milliput just to give it a bit more purchase, because they do pop off occasionally. And this version is actually big enough to fit large models in as well. Here's Magnus the Red, magnetised like the rest. He slides in. You can see though, there's not going to be much room for any others. You could probably put another shelf in upside down here with some models dangling down. But at best, you're going to be able to fit maybe 2 large models in there, and then fill up the space. Ooh. And then fill up the space next to him with whatever else you can fit in there. And if you're even entirely new to the concept of magnetising your minis as a way to transport them or store them, you can see it's a pretty safe, pretty secure way of doing things. There's not much movement there in those. And if you are intelligent about it, you can even do large minis. Here's a tank and a Lord of Change. They're probably not as magnetised as they should be. I should probably stick a couple more below, but you can see even with just one, they're pretty sturdy. They're on there pretty good. And they should just slide in. Nice and easy. And there you go, I've put a load in upside down again just to show you how many you can fit in there. I've still got a whole big space here, so you have to be quite intelligent about how you're gonna organise all your minis in here. But it's not a perfect case. It's one of the more expensive ones on the market. I was lucky enough to get this one on Kickstarter when they were doing the campaign to launch this item. It's a little bit more expensive on their website now. It's also one of the heavier cases I've ever used. All this metal that's involved, it's going to obviously add to the weight quite a lot. But I've got to say it's the most sturdy and safest way that I've ever transported my miniatures. I've been using this for maybe a year or two now and I haven't had any problems whatsoever. I haven't had a single mini break. I haven't really got any complaints beyond the fact that my shoulder aches after carrying it for quite a while. So thanks again for joining me. I've been Dan Culpa from Mea Culpa Hobbies. If you've got any questions about the case, the models, or anything you've seen in the video, do drop them in the comments and I'll make sure I answer all of them. And also do like, subscribe and comment. Every little bit helps this channel and helps me keep motivated to keep making content like this for you guys. So thanks again and hopefully see you next time on Mea Culpa Hobbies.